Here we have a 2012 Kia Soul. We're going to change the spark plugs. I'm going to go ahead and remove this cover. All you're going to do is just lightly pull here, here, and here, and it releases. If you want to see what's underneath, that's what it is. Just some rubber grommets. Push that to the side. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 coils. Underneath these coils are spark plugs. We're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4 of these bolts that we're gonna have to get removed. Now, you're gonna want to remove these as not to damage them, and of course it's easier that way. You're gonna pull up on these little tabs and then just wiggle it out. Never pull by the wire, always pull by the connector, and just place it to the side. Now we're gonna go ahead and remove this bolt and then pull this nice and neat and safely out. If you're wondering what I'm using a Cobalt tool set, socket set. It's going to be a 12mm socket, an extension, and of course the socket wrench. Place it on there, nice and easy, and just slowly loosen. Slowly loosen. Slowly loosen, and slowly loosen everything. Okay, now we're going to start with this one. All right, careful not to lose that. I'll go ahead and put this to the side. Of course, everybody who does work puts them up here. I'm sure that's where everybody puts them. All right, so now let's see if this comes out. And it comes out nice and easy. You're going to want to inspect this. Make sure there's no oil on it, no corrosion, no issues, nothing. Now, if you have excessive dust and dirt and grime here that's going to fall into that little area, you're going to want to clean that first before you remove any of these. And there it goes, beautifully clean down there. We're going to go ahead and get rid of that right now. If you're wondering what I'm using a 5/8 spark plug socket. That's what I'm going to use to stick down here and remove this with an extension. And again, nice and easy. Don't do it too hard. You don't want to do it to where you're going to strip the socket, and it's best to do this with 2 hands. So once you're able to remove or break the socket, nice and easy. As you can see, there's a lot of resistance in the beginning. Gently remove the socket. The spark plug. All right, it's almost there. Now, if you're not able to get the socket out, the spark plug out with the socket, you could use a magnet to see if it's loose enough. In this case, we have to still loosen the socket. The spark plug, geez. All right, so this is how it should work. It should just pull out with the socket that is made for the spark plug, and then now you can visually inspect the unit. As you can see, this particular one does need to be changed, and we're going to change that one now. Now here's a side-by-side comparison of the new one and the old one. Also, just to make it easier in the future, I'm going to use a little bit of this dielectric grease to go ahead and install on the threads. And I'm just going to put a little bit just to keep it from seizing up in the future. I'm going to go ahead and insert it and press it really firm inside the socket. Line it up nice and easy. Push it down nice and easy and tighten by hand. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this. Tighten it by hand. And I'm going to go the opposite direction of the threads, and then I'm going to go toward the direction and the way it's supposed to screw down. Once I meet a little bit of resistance, keep going. This is very important that you do it by hand, as not to strip the head. This thing's actually screwing in pretty well. Alright, I'm starting to get a little resistance. It's harder for me to turn it by hand. That's when I'm going to go ahead and start doing it with the socket wrench. Nice and easy. Just a couple of fingers. Don't start torquing it down yet. Alright, and then now it's tight. I'm just going to give it a quarter turn and I'm done. That's it. It's tight. All done. I'm gonna grab this, nice and neat, install it the correct way, push it down, get the bolt, line it up, do it by hand. That's it. Number one is done. You're gonna do that 1, 2, 3, and 4 times, and that's pretty much it. All right, I'm getting started on doing the last 3. Then once I'm done, put everything back together. On this number 4 here, you're gonna have to remove this plug. You're just gonna push that in and wiggle it, get it out the way. Put the cap back on, start the car up, and that's it. If you have any questions, let me know. It's another episode of It Is What It Is. Comments, questions, concerns at the bottom. Thank you very much.